This is the book of Psalms, chapter 37, verse 28 and 29. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 37, verse 28 and 29 is my preface precept. And it reads, For the Lord Yahweh loveth judgment, and forsaketh not his saints. They are preserved forever, but the seed of the wicked shall be cut off. 29th verse, Psalms 37, verse 29. The righteous shall inherit the land and dwell therein forever. That was the book of Psalms, chapter 37, verse 28 and 29, my preface precept. Fair use, fair use. Fair use, fair use. Copyright Act of 1976.
Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
If you want to subscribe to this video, the page is Manatazak Banyumyan 144. Subscribe and be edified.
Behold, I will stir up the Medes against them, which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it. Their bows also shall dash the young men to pieces, and they shall have no pity on the fruit of the womb. Their eye shall not spare children. And Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees' excellency, shall be as when God overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. It shall never be inhabited, neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation, neither shall the Arabian pitch tent there.
When judgment comes, there'll be no place to hide. When the Messiah comes with fire in his eyes, you will have none to blame except your evil pride. You better right your wrongs, for you run out of time. And I can almost see it now. I can almost feel it, the fire. I know that you can't see it now, but you are gonna feel it, the fire. I can almost see it now. I can almost feel it, the fire. I can almost feel it now. I can see it everywhere, fire, fire, fire. When Babylon falls, Babylon, Babylon, Babylon falls, there is gonna be fire. Everywhere you look, fire. When Babylon falls, Babylon, Babylon, Babylon falls, there is gonna be fire. Everywhere you look, fire. And I can almost see it now. I can almost feel it, the fire. I know that you can't see it now, but you are gonna feel it, the fire. I can almost see it now. I can almost feel it, the fire. I can almost feel it now. I can see it everywhere, fire, fire.
The Lord of hosts mustereth the host of the battle. They come from a far country, from the end of heaven, even the Lord, and the weapons of his indignation to destroy the whole land. Howl ye, for the day of the Lord is at hand. It shall come as a destruction from the Almighty. Therefore shall all hands be faint, and every man's heart shall melt, and men shall be afraid. Pangs and sorrows shall take hold of them.
Once again, if you want to subscribe to that page, it's Manatazak Banyumyan 144. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 14, verse 1 through 7. Psalms chapter 14, verse 1 through 7. My point is in the first 5 verses, but it's only 7 verses, so I'm going to read all 7. The book of Psalms, chapter 14, verse 1 through 7. A psalm of David. The fool has said in his heart, there is no power. Oh, Salakia, before I get started with this live lesson, I want to give all praise and glory to our power, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Kodash. Double honor to the apostles and elder bishop, the great millstone, and taught me this truth that rule well. Peace and salutation to the hopeful 144,000 elect men, saints that are left on planet Earth, as well as the 1/3 men, women, and children only in these last days. To the new and to the few brothers and sisters listening to me, listen to this truth. To you, I say, Shalom. It's your brother Kawas coming at you with another lesson in this truth, 24/7, 365. This is what I do, Israel, to get you in the mood. Farm Dasharala, Rise, Israel. We got next, baby, any day now, guaranteed. Can't wait. Book it. The 2 most important things you'll ever know as a Hebrew Israelite in this knowledge, in this truth, in the name of our power, which is Yahweh, and the name of his son, which is Yahweh Shah. Esau Edom, E-S-A-U. Esau Edom is the so-called white man. He's not white, but he's red. He's our red, sinister Hebrew big brother enemy, Esau Edom. We are Jacob of the Bible. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 14, verse 1 through 7. A psalm of David. The fool has said in his heart, there is no power. And that is what we're dealing with now in America with a triple K, with this wicked, carnal, sinful, adulterous generation, these backsliders. That said that there is no God. Let's see, what's that scripture? Bear with me. How does it go? Bear with me to back that up. Bear with me. Put this up raw. Let's see here. No, I want the Apocrypha. Let me bear with me. Let's see if I can type Apocrypha and back that up. Apocrypha. Let's see. Right, here we go. 2nd Esdras chapter 7. We can start it right here, verse. Let's see. Yeah, we can go right to the point. We'll let me hear. Psalms 14, verse 1, where it says, the fool has said in his heart that there is no power. And I made a statement that that we are living in an era of infidelity, of non-faith. We're living in a time where the world is full of non-believers. So let me prove that. Psalms 14, verse 1 led me to 2nd Esdras 7, verse 44. And this is where we are now in the Apocrypha, 2nd Esdras chapter 7, verse 44. Intemperance is at an end. You're temperamental. You can't control your flesh. Intemperance is at an end. In the new kingdom, intemperance will be at an end. Here it is. Infidelity is cut off. Infidelity is not having any faith. Infidelity is cut off. So everyone in the kingdom is going to be a believer. Unlike on this side where, 2/3 Jake Negro, Christian, Latino backsliders are unbelievers, or they're Caesar Borgia worshipers. They don't worship or call on the name of Yahweh and Yahweh Shah. So that means you're not a true worshiper. You're worshiping a false God. Let's read it. Intemperance, 2nd Esdras 7, verse 44. Intemperance is at an end in the new kingdom, can't wait. Infidelity is cut off, can't wait. Righteousness is grown. Righteousness will be full grown in the new kingdom, and truth is sprung up. But my point was infidelity is cut off. Let's go back to Psalms 14 and 1. The fool says in his heart, there is no power. In the new kingdom, infidelity shall be cut off. They are corrupt. Yeah, you're corrupt if you're not a believer. You're corrupt if you're a 2/3 backslider, a prosperity gospel loving Negro, Christian, Latino. You're corrupt. They are corrupt. They have done abominable works. What is an abominable an abominable work that you do, Jake E. Keisha, Latino Christian backslider, worshiping Caesar Borgia, worshiping cheese and rice, worshiping, believing in prosperity gospel, believing in America with a triple K, believing that it's okay to eat swine's flesh and commit adultery. They are corrupt and they have done abominable works. There is none that doeth good. Only people that are doing good on this side is 144K men saints that are left on planet Earth, as well as the 1/3 men, women, and children, and Lord will impart a number of the saints. Psalms 14, verse 2. The Lord Yahweh looked down from heaven upon the children of men to see if there were any that did understand and seek Yahweh. And to this day, only ones that understand this truth, this knowledge, this understanding, this enlightenment, and that seek Yahweh are the hopeful elect men and the 1/3 men, women, and children only on planet Earth are the only ones that understand this truth, this knowledge, this understanding, the prophecies, and that seek Yahweh. Other people seek Yeshua, Yahuwah, Ahaya, Ashaya, Yahweh, Jehovah. No, we seek Yahweh and Yahushua. So therefore, let me read that again. Psalms 14 and 2. The Lord Yahweh looked down from heaven upon the children of men to see if there were any that did understand and seek Yahweh. And Lord willing, when he looked down and he see Kawas, and through his pineal gland, see that I do understand and that I do seek him daily. Psalms 14 and 3. They are all gone aside. Who? Ones that don't believe. Ones that believe that there is no power. The infidels, the backsliders, the 2/3, the prosperity gospel, Negro, Christian, Latino, the heathens. They are all gone aside. They are all together become filthy, full of your filthy Catholicism and Christianity made you filthy. Committing adultery and eating swine's flesh has made you filthy. Calling on Caesar Borgia has made you filthy. Smoking black and mild tobacco has made you filthy. Being a whoremonger has made you filthy. Being promiscuous has made you filthy. There is none that doeth good, no, not one on planet Earth, of you 2/3 Jake Negro Christian Latino backsliders. Fourth verse, Psalms 144. Call on Yahweh Shem Shai. Have all the workers of iniquity no knowledge? Apparently, who eat up my people as they eat bread. You scoffers, you haters, you 2/3, you Negroes, you out of order family members, the other nations, you eat up the Most High's people as they eat bread, which are scoffing, hating, backbiting, a left-hand side sorcery, and call not upon the Lord Yahweh. You call not upon the Lord Yahweh. You call on God. You call on Caesar Borgia. You call on Allah, Ahaya, Ashai, Yeshua, Yahuwah, Yah. Psalms 14, verse 5. There were they great in fear, semicolon, for Yahweh is in the generation of the righteous, and we are in the generation of the righteous, the hopeful elect men, and the 1/3 men, women, and children, waking up to this understanding and this knowledge. Sixth verse, Psalms 14. Ye have shamed the counsel of the poor. Jake E. Keisha, you have shamed the counsel of the poor Israelite preachers. We're poor righteous teachers. The men of great millstone, the men of like doctrine, the hopeful elect men, saints, prophets that are on the highways and the byways week in and week out with the beard, the Bibles, and the garment. You shame the counsel of the poor. Why? Because the Lord Yahweh is his refuge. That's why you shame us. Because you know the Lord Yahweh is our refuge, and you really want to get into this truth, but you got too much pride and arrogancy and swine's flesh and skeletons in your closet to come in and repent to the prophets and get into this truth. Seventh verse, Psalms 14, verse 7. Oh, that the salvation of Israel were gone out of Zion. Yes, when the Lord Yahweh bring back, and he's doing that now, the captivity of his people. He's doing that now. Let's read that again. Psalms 14 and 7. Oh, that the salvation of Israel were come out of Zion. And it is, when the Lord Yahweh bringeth back the captivity of his people. He's doing that now. Jacob shall rejoice, and we're rejoicing now, the hopeful elect men, and the 1/3 men, women, and children, and Israel shall be glad in the new kingdom. All of Israel shall be glad in the new kingdom. However, right now, Jacob, the 144K men, saints, we're the only ones that are rejoicing in his knowledge and his truth and his understanding. However, in the new kingdom, all of Israel shall be glad. Let's go to Psalms 14. It's like it. That was Psalms 14, verse 1 through 7. Let's go to Psalms 9, verse 16 through 20. Psalms 9, verse 16 through 20. The Lord Yahweh is known by the judgment with which he executeth. And he's executing judgment now here on America with a triple K. The Lord Yahweh is known by the judgment which he executeth. Allah Shad, your demon-like power. The wicked, Esau, Edom, a so-called white man, and you two-third Negro, Christian, Latino backsliders, you're part of the wicked as well. The wicked is snared in the work of his own hands. So you, Jake, Keisha, Latino, as well as you, Esau, Edom, and the other nations, you are the wicked, and you are snared, trapped in the work of your own hands of celebrating these holidays, voting, protesting, hoping things get better, mocking the prophets, despising the counsel. Therefore, you must know it. You must know it, this truth, via death by pain. That was Psalms 9, verse 17. The wicked, Esau, Edom, so-called white man, and the other nations, as well as you two-third Negro Christians, the wicked shall be turned into hell. ICBM thermonuclear missile barbecue food. The wicked shall be turned into hell, death, a pillar of salt, dehydrated, burned up via ICBM thermonuclear missile hellfire. The wicked shall be turned into hell. I'm in Psalms 9, verse 17. The wicked shall be turned into hell, and all the nations that forgot Yahweh. I'm going to back that up real quick. Psalms 9, verse 18. For the needy shall not always be forgotten. And it seems like we're forgotten now. Who are the needy? The 144K men, saints that are left on planet Earth, as well as the 1/3 men, women, and children, the righteous, the believers, the true believers. We are the needy. For the needy shall not always be forgotten, as if we appear to be now. The expectation of the poor shall not perish forever. And what is the expectation of the poor? To be provided for, delivered out of World War III. Verse 17 says, the wicked shall be turned into hell, right? Put to death via ICBM thermonuclear missile hellfire, and all the nations that forgot Yahweh. And America with a triple K is one of the nations that have forgotten the Most High Yahweh. Let me prove that all the nations shall be turned into hell that forgot Yahweh. Go to Ecclesiastes 36 in the Apocrypha, Sirach 36, verse 1 through 7. Sirach or Ecclesiasticus 36, verse 1 through 7. And it reads, have mercy upon us, Baba Kushah, O Yahweh Bashem Yahweh, power of all, and behold us, see us. That goes back to, was it my preface precept? No, where was that? Where it said, where he said, where he looketh down from heaven. Where was that at? Let's see. Was that Psalms? Let's see if it were. Where was that? I brought that out. Second address. No. I thought I brought that out, Israel. Bear with me. Let's see. Maybe it's another precept I brought out, but I could have sworn I had something. But anyway, Psalms 36, verse 1. Have mercy upon us, O Yahweh. Damn, where's that precept? It's on Salaki. It's on my mind. Where could it be? Where the Most High says, here it is. Psalms 14 and 2. Okay, well, let me back to that. Sirach 36 and 1. And the Apocrypha says, have mercy upon us, Baba Kushah. O Yahweh Bashem Yahweh, power of all, and behold us. Behold means see, right? And behold us. That led me back to Psalms 14 and 2. The Lord Yahweh looked down from heaven upon the children of men. He's beholding us to see if there were any that did understand and seek Yahweh. You see? So he's looking down from heaven upon the children of men to see if there were any that did understand, comprehend his knowledge, and seek him, Yahweh. Back to Sirach 36 and 2 now. Sirach 36 and 2. And send your fear upon all the nations that seek not after thee. That goes back to that Psalms 14. I'm all over the place. Hold on. Where did that or was it this one? Bear with me. Here it is. So it goes back to that Psalms 9, verse 17. The wicked shall be turned into hell, disintegrated, what's what I'm looking for, dehydrated, burned up, and all the nations that forgot Yahweh. In America with a triple K is one of those nations that forgot Yahweh. So let's go back. So Psalm 9 and 17 led me back to Sirach 36 and 2. And send your fear upon all the nations that seek not after thee. So that is a prayer that you send Yahweh Shalak, Yahweh Shah, Shalak Rayim, unto all the nations that seek not after thee. Third verse, Sirach 36 and 3. Lift up your hand against the strange nations, the other nations, and let them see your power. Baba Kushah, Baba Kushah, Baba Kushah. Fourth verse, Sirach 36. As you was sanctified in us before them, right? So be you magnified among them before us. Get them, Most High. Get them. Psalms 36 and 5. And let them know thee by judging them, putting them to death, sending ICBM thermonuclear missile hellfire, sending a purge, sending a manufactured famine, sending a rolling blackout, sending a pestilence, and let them know thee as we have known thee, as Allah Shadia, that there is no power but only you, O Yahweh. Let me read that again, Baba Kushah. Psalms 36 and 5. And let them know, the other nations, even you 2/3 Jake Negro, Christian, Latino backsliders, and let them know, as we have known thee, as Allah Shadia, that there is no power but only you, O Yahweh. Sixth verse, Psalms 36 and 6. Show new signs, a pink moon, a solar eclipse, earthquakes, bloody water, chariots, sightings. Show new signs and make other strange wonders. Baba Kushah. Glorify your hand and your right arm. And I brought that out earlier, that Yahweh's hand are the angels and Yahweh's right arm is Yahweh Shai. That's in Psalm. Let me get it. I'm sorry. That's in Isaiah. Let me get it. Isaiah 53. I brought that out earlier in my earlier lesson. Let me prove that though. Isaiah 53 and 1. Isaiah 53 verse 1 and 2. Who has believed our report? Only the elect men and the 1/3 men, women, and children. And to whom is the arm, ding, 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 of the Lord Yahweh revealed, which is Yahweh Shah. Second verse, Isaiah 53. For he, ding, 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 who is he? The arm, Yahweh Shah. For he shall grow up before him as a tender plant, as a root out of thy dry ground. He has no form nor comeliness. And when we shall see him, there is no beauty that we should desire of him. So that proves to you that Yahweh Shah is Yahweh's right arm. Let's go back to Sirach 36 and 6. Show new signs, make other strange wonders, glorify thy hand, the angels, and your right arm, Yahweh Shah, that they may set forth your wondrous works. So the angels in Yahweh Shah is going to set forth Yahweh's wonderful works, wondrous works. Last but not least in this chapter, Sirach 36:7 in the Apocrypha, raise up indignation. That's righteous judgment. Baba Kushar, raise up indignation. Baba Kushar, righteous judgment. And pour out wrath. Ding, 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 ding. Pour out wrath. Take away the adversary, Esau, Edom, and the other nations, and destroy the enemy. Baba Kushar, Baba Kushar, Baba Kushar. Okay, let's go back to Second Chronicles 15. Second Chronicles 15, verse 12 and 13. And they entered into the covenant to seek the Lord Yahweh power of their fathers with all their heart and with all their soul. This is what we did. Listen good. Second Esdras 15, verse 13. That whosoever, listen, of you Israelites, you blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, Seminole Indians, and nations, that whosoever of you Israelites would not seek the Lord Yahweh power of Israel should be put to death. Point blank, period. Let me read that again, nice and slow. Second Chronicles 15, go back to verse 12. Second Chronicles 15, verse 12. And they entered into a covenant, a deal to seek the Lord Yahweh power of their fathers with all their heart and with all their soul. Right? 13th verse. That whosoever in this covenant would not seek the Lord Yahweh power of Israel, instead they're seeking God and Yah and Caesar Bourget and cheese and rice, and Yeshua and Yahuwah and Ahiah and Ashiah and Jehovah, that whosoever would not seek the Lord Yahweh power of Israel should be put to death, whether be small or great, whether man or woman. That was Second Chronicles 15, verse 12 and 13. Second Esdras 15, verse 8. This is the Most High Yahweh speaking. I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness. Whose wickedness? Esau, Edom, so-called white man, and the other nations' wickedness, as well as you 2/3 Jake, Negro, Christian, Latino, backslider, out of order family members. I will hold my tongue no more touching your wickedness in 2026, which they profanely commit every day. Neither will I suffer them in those things that you profanely commit, that wickedness, in which they wickedly exercise themselves every day, profanely commit. Behold, see, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me. The innocent and righteous blood are the saints. And the souls, Slakia, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me. That is the death of the righteous. That's the young men and women getting shot down by the police. Young men and women being hung by Esau, innocent. It said, behold, the innocent and righteous blood that has been put to death crieth unto me. And the souls of the just complain continually. And the souls of the just that complain continually are those of us that are still alive. You see? That was Second Esdras 15, verse 8. Last but not least, Romans chapter 1, verse 32. Who, knowing the judgment of Yahweh, and most of you 2/3 Jake, Negro, Christian, Latino, backsliders, you know the judgment of Yahweh. Who, knowing the judgment of Yahweh, that they which commit such things are worthy of death. What things? If you go back and read the chapter, it's the backbiting, it's the covenant breakers, it's the unmerciful, it's the homosexual, it's the whoremonger, it's the idolater, it's the adulterer, right? The ones that are disobedient to parents, inventors of evil things. Romans 1, verse 32. Who, knowing the judgment of Yahweh, that they which commit such things are worthy of death, that are in the previous verses, not only do the same wickedness, but have pleasure in them that do them. That is not good. That was the book of Romans, chapter 1, verse 32 is my preface precept. This has been Prophecy Equal Judgment with your brother Kawas Malak and your brothers on the comment board. Yah Bashim Shabrakatah, King's Wisdom 144. Shalom, Yah Shabrakatah, Barakatah, you and your household. Shalom, Princess Yabasha Brakatah, to you and your household. Fair use, fair use. Thank you for listening. Fair use, fair use. Fair use, fair use. Copyright Act of 1976. Barakatah Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Arakak Radash. Double honors to the apostle and elder bishop of Great Millstone, that taught me this truth, that rule well. Peace and salutation to the whole 144 elect. Fair use, fair use. Fair use, fair use. Copyright Act of 1976.
Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
If you want to subscribe to this page, it's Manatazak Bunyamyan 144. Subscribe and be edified.
Behold, I will stir up the Medes against them, which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it. Their bows also shall dash the young men to pieces, and they shall have no pity on the fruit of the womb. Their eye shall not spare children. And Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees' excellency, shall be as when God overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. It shall never be inhabited, neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation, neither shall the Arabian pitch tent there.
When judgment comes, there'll be no place to hide. When the Messiah comes with fire in his eyes, you will have none to blame except your evil pride. You better right your wrongs, for you run out of time. And I can almost see it now. I can almost feel it, the fire. I know that you can't see it now, but you are gonna feel it, the fire. I can almost see it now. I can almost feel it, the fire. I can almost feel it now. I can see it everywhere, fire, fire, fire. When Babylon falls, Babylon, Babylon, Babylon falls, there is gonna be fire. Everywhere you look, fire. When Babylon falls, Babylon, Babylon, Babylon falls, there is gonna be fire. Everywhere you look, fire. And I can almost see it now. I can almost feel it, the fire. I know that you can't see it now, but you are gonna feel it, the fire. I can almost see it now. I can almost feel it, the fire. I can almost feel it now. I can see it everywhere, fire, fire.
The Lord of hosts mustereth the host of the battle. They come from a far country, from the end of heaven, even the Lord, and the weapons of his indignation to destroy the whole land. Howl ye, for the day of the Lord is at hand. It shall come as a destruction from the Almighty. Therefore shall all hands be faint, and every man's heart shall melt, and there shall be afraid, pangs and sorrows shall take hold of them.
Once again, you want to subscribe to that page. It's Manatazak Bunyamyan 144. Subscribe and be edified. It's your brother Kawas Malak, the water for listening. Shabbat Shalom. To the next one is Rayel. To you, I say Shalom and Abad Babal. DTA. We got next. Shalom.